things. I'm going to need to research this a little bit. But
as long as we're here, we could also look at that brittle star that was in the lower right-hand corner. Has a bright red disk. There we go. And if we could zoom in on that as...
Please pardon the interruption. Your conference contains less than 3 participants at this time. If you would like to continue, press star 1 now, or the conference will be terminated.
A lot of the details on these brittle stars are very intricate, and usually it's very hard to tell which ones they are, even from very good imagery. This one, though, however, looks almost like the disk is kind of fleshy or kind of soft. This one might be Ophiomyxa. Myxos means, I think, slimy. So all the brittle stars, for some reason, start with the name Ophios, sort of snake. The names all allude to their sort of snake-like appearance. So this one is sort of slimy snake brittle star.
Please pardon the interruption.
And it's got another brittle star caught on its
participants at this time.
But
if you would like to continue, press star 1 now.
Very rarely do we get to see the colors of these when they're alive, so that's really brilliant. Okay, thank you.
Right, come on out a little bit, video. Let's get a close-up on the polyps.
So these corals are a little bit hard to determine beyond the family. These are plumate
I'm looking down at you, but we should be stopping.
They kind of look like feathers. They kind of grow in a plane and have a feathery appearance to their branches. And there's actually at least two genera that do that. One of them is Calogorgia, and the other one is Phenelia.
The conference is
I don't quite understand how to differentiate these, except that Calogorgia tends to grow taller and bigger, and Phenelia sometimes is smaller. But I'm going to just go with one of those two genera, and that's the best we can do. So I'm fine with this pilot. Thank you.
Come on out, video.
And we've got a
crab on the right side.
We've got a white colony too. Where's the crab?
There. I think it's another one of those.
Oh yeah.
Did Les call it a xanthid?
Yeah, maybe. And then we could take a look at that.
Main video.
Take a look at that white colony on the top after that.
Oh, a little interesting. A little different.
No, I think it's a box crab. That's what the xanthidae are. But
it's a little different from the other one.
I think it's. I think you're right. Yeah. It's different. It might be in that same family.
Come in tight.
And Chris, did you say there was a colony that you wanted to look at as well?
Yeah, it's up on the top of the rock once you get to that.
Come on out, video.
There's a white colony that may be something different that we have an image so far today. That one right there, behind the red one. It's also possible it was, well, it's not plumate, so it wasn't the same thing.
Starboard side when you come into this. All right, come on in, video.
Are we doing the front one or the back one?
Back one.
Okay, I think we're good. This is just a white corallium. You can see a little bit of the pink on the stalks there. This one kind of shows some nice closed polyps as well as open side by side. Yeah, and my best guess is hemicorallium on this one. Anemone at the base of it. Sponge as well. Look at all the other smaller stuff in there. All right, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Come on out.
Can we get a beauty shot just right here and kill the lasers?
Lasers, co-pilot. Coming off. Lasers off. Coming up a little bit. There we go.
See, of course it has to be a beauty shot because it's got the starfish in it.
Thank you very much, pilot.
All right, panning out and up. All right, let's come wide.
So we're still cruising right around the rim of this landslide escarpment. Wow, are those Paragorgia down there? I think they are. Sorry, Josh, we just keep trying to go somewhere, but we just keep seeing
do
new
a
things.
Snap right here real quick.
Yeah, one of these red ones.
Look at this coral graveyard down there.
Yeah, this is Paragorgia for sure.
Wow, that's interesting. This graveyard of dead corals.
Yeah, they're all falling down.
Yeah. So life in the deep sea is not a certain thing.
So you'd like to see the pink coral?
Chris? Pink coral?
I'm sorry, just a close-up on one of these bright red ones.
All right, come on in video.
The other Paragorgia we saw was overgrown with zoanthids, and this one's not. This has got the typical bubblegum ends to the branches, which is why they call these things bubblegum corals. This could be a different species of Paragorgia, which I think it is. Really beautiful corals. The brilliant red. They used to be in the same family as the precious coralliids, so they were separated out. Paragorgia does not create a very hard, durable skeleton, therefore it's of no use for the jewelry industry. But it's fairly common at these depths. Yeah, that's great. Thank you, Josh.
As I understand, Chris, Paragorgia gets quite large too, right?
Yeah, there's some huge ones down in Niwa, in New Zealand, in Wellington.
Like bigger than a human, huge?
Yeah, I think so. They've got a broken up one that was trawled up many years ago that was just massive.
Wow.
You can only speculate how big it was because it lost a lot of its branches.
So it wouldn't be a Paragorgia anymore. It would be just one Gorgia.
Yes. Oh, jeez. Again, we're not encouraging him, not at all. And beautiful rocks right now, and beautiful rock formations. A lot of dead coral debris down in sort of this flat area on top of things that have slid downhill, died, broken off, slid downhill.
Oh, these are huge. Get lasers back on, Copilot. Lasers coming on. Lasers on.
Wow, are those Anthomastus?
Yeah, that's what he's looking at right now. The big mushroom corals.
It's truth. Those must be... Wow. Those are basketball sized.
I don't know if you ever saw the mushroom corals at the Monterey Bay Aquarium used to have on exhibit in a deep sea tank, but those were massive as well.
Well, I figured those were large because they just they fed them and let them grow. Wow. I didn't realize they were so big naturally. Well, I knew they were big, but this is on the large size for what I've been exposed to.
Yeah, Josh, I wonder if we could do a zoom on these real quick, if you don't mind. I'm not quite certain
come on in video.
Oh, yeah, they could be sued Anthomastus or something like that, yeah.
How about the one on the right, if we could take a look at that and zoom even tighter? Yeah, so this looks like it actually has sub-branching underneath all of those polyps. which would put it in the genus Bellinella rather than Anthomastus.
Bellinella?
Yeah,
oh, that's a new one.
So I'm going to actually look at the guide and check on that, but typically Bellinella's got a gazillion polyps on it like this one does.
Oh, wow.
And
Okay.
various branches and... This is kind of an odd one where the polyps have closed up.
Oh, wow.
They can form mats, but they can also have branches on there.
Okay, I consider myself educated.
Yeah, so I'm going to...
Huh, that's stunning.
Yeah, that was actually... Thank you, Josh, for that. We just assumed they were regular Anthomastus.
All right, let's get a full specimen.
So, Chris, have they ever done a feeding study on these things? I mean, are they actually predatory, or do they just kind of pick out organic particles from the water?
No idea, actually. I'm assume that whatever swims into their tentacles, they're going to try to grab. Just sort of.
I guess I've just never seen one actually feeding, and it seems like something like that would have a
current is
pretty big,
definitely picking up
path for catching anything that goes by it. So.
Almost directly south, though, huh?
Yep.
On surface, we're still showing that east current, Nav.
Yeah. Here, I can pull it up real quick.
Okay.
So we got like southeast.
Want me to follow you over there, Pilot?
Nope.
Okay. Southeast. Okay.
Yeah. So, Pilot, is the ship turning south by any chance? They keep following this ridge, or maybe the nav actually would be better at answering that.
Sorry, Washington, say it again.
Yes. Sorry, I didn't push my button. Is the ship gonna be moving south, or is it still moving west, or what's the direction?
The last move was, we're rotating south now. We're kind of doing a hook towards the south direction, so going port.
Got it. Thank you very much.
Welcome.
We can start another ship move if co-pilot's all set.
I'm all set, but would you like me to turn slightly to starboard first, or
I'd like you to
really
face the direction that we're going to be heading.
So I think 245
I think it
still
might be,
looks pretty good.
Well, on sonar and in my camera, it looks like it might be further to starboard. Let me turn over there and look at sonar real quick.
Okay.
Can you show me 260 on the map just real quick? It's having trouble.
Yeah. On high pack?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Sirius 260 is that.
Okay, why don't we go with 250?
250?
Yeah.
All right, we can do a small hop and adjust.
Yeah.
Do you want to do 20 meters?
Sure.
Great, I'll call it in.
Wow, there's some scenery.
Man, that's amazing.
That's a little steep.
Wow. Huh. Seems to be a good habitat for those funny little cup corals, though. They're all over the place.
Yeah, and then it looks like we're getting into some more sponges here now, too.
Oh, wow, here's another...
This looks like the abyss.
Yeah, it's like they're always on this, sort of like this off side of the rock. The Farias were like that on the other rock, too.
And again, one of these... see the crack in the rock that's straight up ahead? So you see it's actually starting to fracture some more.
Yeah.
Some big cracks, so eventually that whole big piece on top is going to probably fall off and slide down the slope.
Do 0.2 if they can.
Okay.
But sometimes they
So
can
we
only do
can't put a
0.1.
camera on
Sure.
that would be cool.
I give the option.
To watch.
Sounds good.
Yeah, so we've got another bed of these.
It must be where there were a few overhangs.
Very near
Nothing
Oka,
major, but they exist.
and more big,
Looks
huge
like there might be
blocks
one
of carbonate.
there.
Crevasses, really dramatic substrate here.
Watch it. This is Nav.
Roger, go ahead, Nav.
Hey, yeah, just a heads up. We are about at the decided waypoint 2, so you can see on HiPAC also. Just a heads up.
Great, thank you very much. Waypoint 2.
Oh, this whole boulder is all ready to come off. You look at Sirius.
Oh, wow.
Where's the... Oh, yeah. Look at that crack right there in the main HT.
Man.
And what is all over the surface of that? I can't really tell. I wonder if we could just do a quick snap zoom on the whatever's growing all over it. I have an idea, but it would be good to
Come on in, video.
confirm it.
They look dead for whatever they are.
Yeah, they are all dead, aren't they? I guess.
So what is it? Is it corallium? Or
Yeah,
hemicorallium, rather?
no, I think it's a scleractinian. Yeah,
Oh, wow.
it is.
Oh, maybe the one we were seeing earlier?
No, I think it's a different one.
Oh, interesting.
Because the calyces are arranged a little differently. Yeah, there might be a live one that's sort of up on the other boulder to the left as you were zoomed out. I'm not positive. Yeah, this is a different scleractinian, so we may see this as we continue to progress. And those look like those ophiuroid baskets or whatever you will call that mesh stuff.
The what?
You know, that kind of spider webby kind of
Oh.
stuff in between. I don't know who makes it or how it's made. There's some galatheids on the bottom. There's one there.
Oh, what's that?
I don't know
Oh,
what
it's
that.
a
Oh,
fish.
yeah. There's
Another-
a little
another one of
epigonid.
those
Yeah.
Things.
If we could look at that stringy thing behind the coral that was sort of catching our eye. That's a little to the left. There it is, that white thing. I don't know what that is. Some dead, maybe? Not
Come on
sure.
in, video.
I don't know. Is it still an efferent or just branch? Probably just branches, I guess. Okay.
Hard to say.
Yeah, thank you.
Right, come on out.
Yeah, so I think these are the live corals, that yellow one there. That's right by the lasers.
Come on in, video.
All right, I think this is just a very old dead Analopsamia. I think that's what the other ones were too. There's a little plesionica shrimp. Okay, great, thank you. Okay, Josh, I appreciate it.
Right, come on out.
It wasn't really new.
Nope. Never know till you look.
Yeah.
Let's get the fish real quick.
Yeah, another one of these.
There, we can let it go.
Yikes.
I can see top was serious.
It's interesting. We've also changed to a sort of abrupt loss of fauna present on the stratum we've been looking at. Oh,
Until now. Good timing for that comment. I know exactly what you meant. Know exactly what you meant.
This is more of that coral.
Yeah, this is just really old Enelopsami, I think.
Yeah, just do a snap here real quick. Yeah, just come right in. That's a crab.
Oh, look at that.
Another one of those crabs.
Hey,
what did you say it was called?
Sirdomaya.
Sirdomaya?
Yeah, Sirdomaya.
Could you adjust heading to 240 so we can look at it real quick?
Sure. Pilot, I'd like to come to 240.
Yeah, go for it.
Because, yeah, we want to start moving more south. So
I can come to 235
each
even.
bump, if we go a little more south,
Okay.
that'll be good for us.
He's at about 235 from me right now.
Copy. So, yeah, I think 235 or 240 for the next move.
Okay, this is right in the middle of both of them, so you can get a idea.
Okay.
They both look good.
Yeah, let's do
Let's come on out video.
235.
Great.
If you're ready, I can put that in. 20-meter bump at 235.
I am okay with that.
Sure.
Great. I'll put it in.
See how all the Enelopsami are lined up along the edge?
Wow.
I'm just going to peek over the side here.
We got another good wall back there.
Wonder what leads to just the end of a colony like that. Maybe the current flow just ends or something.
I don't know. You got to understand how they reproduce too, which we don't have a really great understanding of. Are they just dropping competent larvae right next door to where they are, or do they actually spawn them into the water column?
Pulled around here.
Things just land right
Coming
next
back.
to each other eventually. I don't know. Yeah, a lot of these Enelopsamia. I usually see corallium above the Enelopsamia bed, and now we got a little bit of a reverse where you have the corallids were below the Enelopsamia, which is pretty strange.
Oh yeah, that's true. We haven't seen a hemicorallium in a while, have we?
No, we transitioned out of the main bed. And actually 400 meters is typically primo for this coralliids. At least the Makapu coral beds is around 350 to 450 meters. And there's thousands of these corallium on those in Hawaii, that is, on the Makapu coral beds.
That's a good current coming from heading south.
So the ROV has always got to be a little more cautious around this kind of terrain for obvious reasons.
Yeah, copy that. There was a moment, maybe for about 10-15 minutes last shift, where they would maintain
Not
like
to mention the
50%
possibility
opposite.
that putting the ROV in the wrong place below one of those rocks
So I don't know if it'll...
could be very bad.
Might just be a bad spot, or if it'll continue.
So you're facing into the heading in motion, or into our bearing?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, if I get off my laterals, I just start shooting to port.
We got a big black coral there on the top of the ledge, right at the top of the screen now. That's a really nice
That is a huge one.
That's really pretty. It's got something on the center of it too, maybe some squat lobsters.
Getting pushed off the wall. Gotta come a little closer. To retune my mental control loops.
So these squat lobsters down there, I think, are Europtychus. Again, Chirostylids in that family. And that's a good shot because it's really important to be able to see where the branches are coming off of the main stem, whether they're opposite each other or alternate. They're so dense here, it's hard to see. I think they were slightly alternate, but I'm not positive. They could be opposite, though. Seems like it's a little bit of a detail, but that's actually part of the taxonomic identification of different members in this genus. I don't know, Pilot, what do you think? Are those opposite or alternate?
I thought they were opposite, but now I'm starting to think they're alternate.
Yeah, that's going to be a tough one there. I think it's right. I think they're mostly alternate.
Gives you an idea of the current.
Right, jeez.
It's just whipping by. There
Careful with your swing arms again.
I'm just setting my toe down.
Okay. I'm just keeping an eye on that lower starboard one.
Alright, come in tight, video. Alternate.
Alternate, yep. Thank you, that's perfect. In fact, that really shows it, that view. That's great. So if I remember correctly, that rules out one species, Bathypathes converta, which has opposite, but I'm not positive. And it could mean that this is Bathypathes alternata, which was named because of the alternate branching patterns.
When did the ship stop, Nav?
Maybe a minute ago.
Okay, so I should be coming
common
to my
that's
swing.
a beauty.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, copy. Yeah.
So we're looking at something
Great.
that's probably over a meter long, a meter and a half. A lot of dead coral on the substrate there. That's what all of this kind of gray stuff is scattered about.
Let's see what's ahead of you. Can you tilt up?
Yeah, you want me to just go off of you for a second?
Yeah, just hold up.
Coming up. We got a big guy.
Alright, so we need to be very cautious.
Yep.
You can go back down.
Okay, as close as we want to get.
Yeah, I think we're right on.
We're about 15
comfort
to
zone.
17 meters from it.
Yeah.
You're coming up. Let me come up with you.
So if I can't keep up with the current, I need to turn the port and stretch out.
I think some of the public is hearing some of the discussion by the pilot, but this current is a bear. He's fighting it, and they're strategizing.
After you get past that initial overhang, it cuts
very
back.
Strong current right now, as you can probably see by the particles in the water.
Yeah, I'm using about 50 to 70% of my power, my thrust power, to just hold position.
Jeez.
Wow.
And it's coming down and to the southeast.
I'll make a little note about that. Let's see. Other maybe? Just, yeah.
Yeah, so if I need to bail on this, you'll just sort of turn to your starboard a little bit.
Okay.
And I'll turn the port and just go
Yeah,
out tow.
that's just a blue water, so you shouldn't have to worry about running it in, I think.
I think I'll be fine, but just in case we get like a internal wave or something gnarly.
Yeah. Yeah.
How's the
That's a good point. Yeah.
power looking?
Nicola was just saying that low tide is coming up pretty soon.
That's not what we're looking at.
So
We're looking
that's
at just
probably
23.
why we're seeing an increase in the current.
23,000
Oh,
K.
interesting. I hadn't even thought of that.
At these depths, a lot of the current, or the dominant current.
It's a surface current right now.
So it's been about the same for the last hour.
At this depth, the
one knot
dominant current is going to be
southeast.
tidal.
It looks like it's starting to shift more south.
It's complicated.
It was closer,
From what I understand,
more
talking
east,
with
now it's a little more
oceanographers
south.
in the department, but
I'm 17 meters over you, and that wall is still going strong.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's just a little bit. It's different, but it's a little bit like what the canyons on the East Coast are like. Just working up a cliff all day.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it'll be different when we get out there in 2018 for you guys.
a nice little cave or arch.
Yeah,
Look at that.
You want to follow you around for a view?
Come on, Josh, go for it. You can go through that.
If I get stuck in there, though, you're buying a new ROV for us, Chris.
All right, maybe let's pass on this. We'll just take a look at it.
Just try to light it up for Sirius.
Yeah, as navigator, I advise against that.
Yeah, it's just like a little.
Wow. It's a little
cool.
arch.
Yeah.
Just do a snap here. Come in video.
The fish seem to like it.
Yeah.
It's like a little.
Got a little bit of crusting.
Yeah, it's like eroded away underneath that.
Yeah, at these depths, it's really tricky whether it's manganese crust, but it could be because the DO is low. Again, it's, right now we're only at 2.2, and
I think the
at least some components of manganese crust here in the Pacific
Definitely,
is
yeah.
accelerated under
5-10
lower
minutes,
oxygen
D2s
conditions.
taking field trips all over.
I went on a walk earlier today, too.
Could be that.
Yeah, maybe just needs to stretch his
Could be
legs.
something else. I'm not really sure.
Ocean
There's
exploration.
some discolored
Come
layers.
on out, video. That's a lot of current. Hey, come back in real quick. Just snap in.
Watch your lower swing arm, port side.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
Alright, come on out. Alright, I'm gonna start climbing a little bit.
Copy.
It's gonna give you some stick time, Andy, but this is...
It's pretty steep and pretty high current.
Yeah. It's good experience, but seems to be leveling off a little bit here.
Yeah, it should in that direction. Yeah, it shouldn't be as steep as it is according to High Pack right now.
Alright, what's our heading again? Which way were we?
So we were going 235,
Wow.
but I want to keep rotating more south.
Oh,
if
there's
it's
another,
okay with pilots.
another bit of that layer. Come back in. Video. Just come in tight.
Huh. Maybe serpulid worm tubes?
Could be.
Alright, come on out. So, what did you say for our heading?
Yeah, so we were going 235, but I want to keep rotating more south.
Okay.
So if we could go back that way.
I'll turn towards that direction too.
So we talked about this before, but when you see a lot of dead coral on the bottom, that doesn't necessarily mean it was some catastrophic event that killed a whole lot of them all at once. This could simply be just that this community has been here a long time and corals have died.
Is that a Lyrocte?
Yeah, it looks like
I'm not
the
seeing anything past under 240.
Ooh,
Yeah, neither am I.
I
So
saw
we
one
can stick to
earlier and then I
240.
forgot about it.
nifty.
I'll be happy with that.
At least
So,
keep to. We wanna at
many
least
people might be
maintain on
familiar
that
with the swimming
edge.
versions of these
Okay.
animals.
Before we're shooting
They're
for.
called
I
comb
can see we're
jellies,
clear for 20
and they
meters,
often are
for
seen
sure.
swimming with little
Copy that.
sort of
I'll put it
paddles,
in.
and when you shine lights on them with an
20
ROV,
meters,
they almost
240
appear to
now.
scintillate. They kind of shimmer. Well, it turns out that there are actually bottom versions of these comb jellies. They're kind of weird looking. This one is in the genus Lyrocte, or Lyroctius. Lyroc is actually the Latin for harp, and that's because they're actually sort of harp-shaped. And they feed just like comb jellies in the water column. They extend tentacles out into the current, sometimes quite long tentacles, in order to capture food. There's only one species, I think, known from the Pacific, Lyrocte imperiatoris, which was described from Japan, and at the time they didn't even know what it was. Before it was properly described. Really bizarre animals. They're very difficult to capture and preserve. There are actually aquaria now, which have managed to collect and preserve these, or rather collect and display them in Japan and in San Francisco, California. But remarkable animals, and it's always cool to see them. We can move on. Thank you, pilot.
Okay, come on up, video.
So, Chris,
Yes, sir.
a harp, really?
That's what it means. That's what it means. Lyroc.
Oh, I know, I believe that, but that looked like
What's
a
this
harp
guy?
to you?
Come on in.
You
mean
ever
it's like the two branches?
Yeah.
over there? Okay,
Yeah, like an
I
old
get
Greek
that.
harp.
I get it, okay. I have to say, I had
What
a
kind of
different-
harps do you play
I
with
had-
when you
well,
were
I
a
mean,
kid?
you got the strings and there's a whole ardia. But it's a different,
Okay,
must be
come
a
on out.
juvenile or a different one. There's another
No, it's a
Lyroctes.
Wow, this is like a whole Lyroctes colony. There were two of them up where we saw the other one. Oh, that's kind of neat.
Okay,
There's
I
one
get
up
it
there
now.
too.
I get it now, the
Just
harp.
do a snap.
Yeah.
I
there.
don't know why I had this version of the closed harps, you know, the ones that come down and then they're like three parts. And then
Oh,
you have
that's pretty.
the really long ones you sit at a chair.
Uh-huh.
They don't.
Well,
that's-
I'm just saying. Just
yeah, no,
the
I know,
two-
and now I get it.
the
I understand
classical
it. The
type.
classical harp with the
Yeah,
two.
yeah.
I get it. So whoever named these animals was That's reasonable, right?
I think so.
Okay.
It was named by, in fact, actually...
Do you know?
Well, actually, well, no, but no, because the thing that occurs to me is Imperatorus. These are actually named for the Emperor of Japan. I mean, Lyrocte is the name given for the genus, but right. Imperatorus is because the material that was collected was actually collected by the Emperor of Japan, and that's where the species name is from. There are probably more species than that one, however.
Right here. Come on in. Yeah, you get it. Come in a little faster.
Oh, a little eel.
On the fish, just because they move really quick. It's going to be really hard to get a good shot of this.
I think I know what group this is. I think it's in the snake eel family. At least that's what I'm going to say, and Bruce Mundy isn't around to dispute my
Is that
ID.
a fish in there?
Brian Green might, he's still in the event log. He might have something to say about it. Yeah, it looks like a scorpionid, and there was something else next to it.
There is a larger fish behind you coming up on your port side right now.
Well, the eel was blue, I think, and then the scorpionid in there. Oh, there's a nice urchin. Looks like Cenopadina.
Where is it?
He just swam under,
it's
like
green.
Underneath your skid
over
here.
to the right, just to see
so he may or may not pop up over there.
There he is.
Where? I don't see him.
Oh well.
He just swam out of the top of a view.
Looking for the fish, okay.
Oh, he's out there.
Right, he must have gotten away.
No, he's right there in the center.
I see him. Yep.
We can get him.
Okay. I don't know what it is. It's even any interest.
It's
hiding now.
Spacing on the name of the snake eel family. It's
yeah, pilots. If you want to go towards that wall, kind of after the
Brian,
fish
should have been looking
left,
here in
and see what's on that side. That'll keep us on track.
The event log. Brian's talking about the benthic ctenophores he collected at Curie Atoll on a 100-meter rebreather dive. That he actually grabbed some of these while technical diving. That's great. Thank you, Brian. So this eel is.
I'm trying to pick up that other one now that I can see back there. 20 meters away. Coming in south.
Let's just do a snap right here video. Alright, it's nothing. Let it go. Come on out. Just get this guy real quick. Come on in.
All right, we've got a salp. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, let's let him go. Okay. Come back up. All right,
so at 240, I can see pretty much dead on the.
Look at these little grooves that are carved out by sand streaming down
if we
slope.
Go towards the cliff, and then
these are sand tunnels that were carved out by sand.
Do we want to bring you closer to the cliff first?
Rolling down the slope,
go along the side
channels.
here.
I think the way D2's going.
Sidling there, or
this is what I've heard is the interpretation for these tunnels
because it's really steep.
It is.
So I don't want to put you too close to it.
It's a good
naturally occurring.
Naturally occurring, correct.
Wow.
I have no clue how tall that feature is.
You can go up and look.
Okay.
Yeah.
You mean you? Okay.
Yeah.
I was going to use my camera.
Well, I'm just going to say it's taken me this current's coming right down on me.
Yeah.
And it's taken a lot just to...
I'm going to keep you in view if you don't mind.
Just to come up the way I am right now.
Copy that. So would you like to try to get on top of a feature?
Yeah, I think we need to start coming up because I'm like right on the edge of...
Yeah, let's do that then.
Yep. I'm right on the edge of being able to hold this.
Copy. So do you want to go...
Can you stow my upper swing arms, co-pilot?
Yes.
So yeah, co-pilot's looking 210, 215.
I see that Sonia Raleigh has joined us from the University of Hawaii. Hi, Sonia. You know, Sonia, we have yet to see a Plex Aura today, but we have seen some Acanthogorgia and corallids and some bamboos and a lot of really cool stuff, lots of black corals. But amazingly enough, at this depth, we have not seen a single soft Gorgonian fan. That was a surprise to me.
Well, with the currents I'm feeling right now, Chris, I'm not sure they could handle it.
Good point.
Let's stow my lower ones also.
Sure.
Do you want me to start to move Sirius towards you? Or
Well,
do you just want to keep rising?
I don't know what the best thing to do is to get out of this current.
Copy.
I mean, we could wait 15 minutes and see if it clears up. But right now, like I'm using too much vertical thrust to feel all that comfortable.
Yeah.
You're completely stowed.
Okay, thank you.
Securing hydraulics.
So, Josh, just want to point this out.
Yep.
The previous surveys that were done around Johnston Atoll, they went down to a maximum depth of 366. In fact, they were going down there routinely. We are at 361 meters. So actually, we're getting into the depth that was already surveyed. So if you got to go up, I don't think it's a huge problem. You know, it's more the safety of the ROV. We, of course, love to continue as long as you want to, but we actually accomplished quite a lot on this dive already.
So what is the ADCP saying for currents?
That's our surface current?
I don't care about the surface current right now. The current at depth.
Oh, yeah, right here.
Yeah,
So
is
it
there a
stops
depth
at about 225.
225? Well, the readings? Because of where the ship is?
Yeah.
Try the narrowband real quick. I doubt it'll be any better.
It's worse.
Yeah, okay.
But what are we reading on it?
Yeah, they're, for those of you who are watching, they're pondering the
South.
strategy here because the current is so strong.
Yeah, southeast.
They're trying to decide whether
Pretty much this, but it's pretty jagged.
they can figure out a way out of this or
Especially
to
around the steep
they
features
may
here. I
need
don't
to
know
go
how
up.
accurate it
It's
is.
just coming right down on the ROV, and they're using a lot of power just to
Yeah,
keep the ROV
seems a little better now.
in position.
Look at those gouges.
Yeah, I think we can keep moving as we were.
Okay.
So let's continue on. It's doing a lot better. Maybe that was just an ephemeral
Okay.
thing.
Would you be
Colonel
comfortable if
Tide.
I moved Sirius at 200 towards you?
What's that?
Would you be comfortable if I moved Sirius at 200 towards you?
It's wherever you guys want to do.
Yeah, I'm good with 200, but how far do you think of
Just
moving?
20-meter hop at a time around this terrain.
Okay, yeah.
I'll call it in.
Hey, let's do a 15 meter. I know it's not a big difference, but...
No, absolutely. Whatever. Safety first.
Probably nav watch lead. So what is our off bottom time today? Roger that, 45 minutes. Great, thank you. So the current's eased off a little bit, so they're going to go ahead and try to continue. We've got about 45 more minutes for the dive. We've already passed waypoint 2 on an alternate route. from the dive plan that we sent out last night, because it was determined that the primary site was a little bit too close to the reef. And this alternate site, I have no problem with.
Great. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we've had
I've had a great day. I think we've seen a lot. We've seen a number of
much better
really
than
unique sea star behavior. We've seen my favorite sort of
you might be drifting too far out from me right now.
Invertebrate Lyrocte, a benthic ctenophore. We've seen tons of coral.
Ship move is in
fishes
200
and crabs, snails, and funny little things on the rocks that have covered entire boulders.
Yeah, we can partially deploy my lowers if you want, co-pilot.
Okay.
Yeah, so on a dive like this, Sean, like I don't. A lot of times the pilot's so concentrated on just holding position, he doesn't have the bandwidth to be able to figure out.
Well, I didn't want to move Sirius anywhere if it were that would make things more difficult.
No, we're good.
Piloting.
We're good at this point.
Copy.
That was a transient thing that happened. Like the currents have just calmed way down.
Okay.
From what they were.
How far are we into that ship move right now?
14 meters. You got a meter left.
Okay.
We can come up. Like if you're getting too close.
I'm watching it.
We just ascend, and the wall will back away from you.
Sure. Let's come up just a little bit then.
Yep. Yeah, let's take him off the wall a little bit more, Sean.
On our next move, we'll definitely
copy.
Fix this. It's looking better.
Yeah. So that's, unless it's a sheer cliff, a lot of times you can just start hauling up and that wall will back off on you.
Yeah, the original distance we were a little bit higher.
Yep.
And it was a lot clearer, but this was looking good now. Can I turn? Keep you and the wall?
You want to sort of face the wall.
Okay. While we move?
While we move, because then you have a sense of how close it is.
Okay, so just a little bit of an update. Kelly Elliott, the expedition manager, was just in here. We're talking about the plans for tomorrow. So the site that we are intending to send out, and which we had in Sea Sketch a number of weeks ago before the cruise, that south side site is unacceptable.
Yeah, 180.
Based on the direction of currents and winds.
Away from the wall.
We are going to shift the dive site to the very eastern tip of the atoll.
So I can put another 15 meters
wall, kind of probably at a similar depth that we're doing here today. More or less sort of toward this end of the island as well.
You might even want to go.
We haven't decided that yet. There's going to be a bit of discussion after specimens and ROV come up, so we're not going to have a dive planning call. And so hopefully I'm not disappointing anyone on this because we're going to have
to
do
170.
Take a look and figure this out. But we're going to have a similar type of dive at these depths. And the exact location will be pending. Once we know what that location will be, then we're going to create the dive plan and send it out later this evening. So that's where we're at.
Come on in, video.
Hey, Chris.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is interesting to you or not. Fish seem to be congregating in this cave. More of those sightings you're looking at.
Yeah, I've seen this before. This is actually more normal, where you can see little groupings of these epigonids.
Epigonids.
Yeah, epigonids is what they are. That's a nice observation. I was sending out a event log message here.
Is that a 5 valve? Let's come in on this.
Oh, that's interesting. What's that?
I'm gonna come in on it.
Huh.
No, what is it?
I don't know. They almost look like bases.
Yeah, they could be just bases of. Some of these are bases of corals that are gone.
Yeah.
That thing might be a sponge right in front of us.
Little tiny. I think up to the right or up to the left there was little tiny coral colonies too. Oh, is that a? What is that? Is it a brachiopod?
I don't know. That could be. That's a good guess.
Oh, those are
a pectinid, maybe. Kind of looks like one, I guess. Some type of a mollusk, maybe?
Having a hard time focusing on it.
Yeah, sorry.
I'm sorry.
Let me try to get my toe down here. Come out and out, video. I'm going to give myself seasickness.
You're not the only one.
Yeah. Alright. Now come in, video.
Oh, yeah. That's a brachiopod. So these are very ancient animals. They look superficially like clams or mollusks.
How far away in that move?
But they're not. Their shells are oriented in a different symmetry plane. These have really distinct sort of filter feeding structures called lophophores.
Yeah,
they're kind of spiral structures in the middle.
Yeah,
these animals are sort of living fossils. They were very abundant in the Paleozoic in the waters of the world years before the dinosaurs were
back him off the
anything.
Wall.
Yeah.
And
so turn and face
they're
the wall.
still around today, but they occur in fairly
turn and face the wall,
cold, deep water places, fairly unusual locales. There are not very many living species. And they're sometimes fairly hard to find. But what looks like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow, there's quite a few of them here. I don't know which one this is,
like
but
60?
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen brachiopods at depth before. That's really neat. Yeah, so this is
like
kind of like
degrees.
living. This is like watching a wall of living fossils. Although they're not fossils since they're alive. So. But they're attached by the shell to via sort of a peduncle, sort of a fleshy stalk to the wall, and they're probably taking advantage of this very aggressive water current to filter feed. Neat.
Point one's fine.
Thank you very much for showing